Hello, this is a free call from an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse the thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, baby.
Hey, I need you to be a messenger for me.
Oh, what you need?
Okay, so the caseworker told me that Kim's special visit was denied because I just had a special visit.
Okay.
So let him know that, but he still said that, like, whatever time we get, he's still come and visit.
Okay.
I was hoping to get both sessions, but it was denied. You don't have to tell him that it's
just your regular 2-hour visit?
4 hours.
That Sophie's here from Germany.
Oh, great.
If you want to tell her hi.
Yeah, sure.
Just introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hi, Gypsy. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm very hot.
Yeah, it gets very hot in Louisiana.
Yeah, a bit hotter than England. It does.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I think that I'm going to chat. Your dad told you that we're going to hopefully chat maybe on Monday.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll let you talk now. I don't want you to feel like you've been, you have to talk to me now. Yeah. By a weird English girl.
That's fine. Well, enjoy the weather, because I know it's a bit different than England, so kind of enjoy it a bit. It's kind of nice.
Yes, thanks. Okay. Yeah, and I'm sort of dreading the mosquitoes as well, which I'm a bit nervous about.
Yeah, we got some big ones in Louisiana. Like, even in Missouri, they're not that big.
Yeah, we don't have any in England.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow, okay. Well, it was nice to finally get to introduce myself and everything.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to talk. And as you know, hopefully we'll be able to have a little bit of chat more, and I can tell you a little bit about what we're doing.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
What time Monday? So she could...
Oh, yeah, time it. Maybe we should try and do it when we're having a break.
Yeah.
Can you call in the morning, Gypsy, or is it?
Of course, like around what time?
Okay. You don't have school?
For Monday, 10:15 to 12:15. But other than that, any earlier than that, I can call.
Is that okay then? So maybe about 9?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay, that works.
All right. Okay. Well, it's nice talking to you, and I'll see you on Monday. It was nice meeting you.
You too.
Finally.
Okay. So he could only go for 2 hours?
No, he can go for the 4-hour visit, the regular session.
Just one time?
Just one time, yeah. Because, with the special visit, he can come for the 8 hours, which, one session is 4 hours, so 2 sessions is 8 hours.
Right.
So, yeah, he's only going to be able to get 4 hours.
Oh, well, that's better than nothing.
Right. And I was wondering if you could, whenever you can, text Robert and tell him that I'm going to try and call tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to kill myself in my bathroom right now. So Sophia sent me a message, but I didn't even open it yet. I saw what she put, asking if you were feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I wonder how Gypsy is. Have you spoken to her? I didn't even open it up.
Mm-hmm.
And say anything.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll give her a call whenever I get a chance. And
I don't want to tell her. I talked to her last night because then she's going to start. Oh, I hope she calls me, and then she's going to send you 500 emails.
All right, I'll probably get 2 new emails from her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's probably going to because I let you talk to Sophie.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it. I'm like, it's just a hello. It's not like an interview, you know.
All right.
But I did tell her, like when her and I were inside by ourselves, I told her, I said, let me tell you something. I said, if freaking Darla and Claudia tell y'all that they in contact with her and that they send her money, they full of shit. And she's like, oh, so they don't? I'm like, no.
Wow.
I said they don't. So the only one she could see that actually does
is Bobby.
Is Bobby. And I mean, I said, Tiffany's going to say she talked to her, but that was because she got an email, you know, to call her.
Right.
You know, and that was to tell her about the documentary.
Right.
You know, and she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yes, really.
Yeah.
So.
The best thing to do is keeping it real. You know, I mean,
yeah.
There's no point in sugarcoating things.
Right. I told 2020 yesterday, too. But it was filming. But, you know, they don't stay in contact with you.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And I was like, well, I'm not going to speak upon their behalf. And I'm like, I am.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's just protective. That's all.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. But, like, now he's saying we're not going to go to New York. But I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Well, you never know. He might change his mind. You never know.
Well, that's what I said. Because he told Joseph and I was like, I'm not doing any hunting this year, so I might as well go to New York. You know, but, I mean, we're still not done with them. So,
So, the phone was kind of brutally last night, but did you say that y'all were going to be on Good Morning America again?
Amy from Good Morning America is going to interview us.
Okay.
It's not gonna, I don't think it's, no, it's not going to be on Good Morning America. It's going to be part of 2020.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. She's on this with Jenner, on this assignment with Jenner.
Okay.
So,
because I didn't know if y'all were going to be on Good Morning America again. I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch it.
No, I don't think so.
But I'll be able to watch the episodes, so that's good. I'll be able to finally watch something.
Right.
Opposed to everything else where I've just been like, I can't see it, I can't watch it. You know, I can actually see it this time.
Right. Right. But, we, as far as I know, you know, I mean, this documentary is going to be on Discovery or History Channel, one of those.
Okay.
So
this call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
I catch both those channels.
Yeah, so, I mean, you'll be able to definitely watch this one for sure, which is good.
Yeah. I could tell you my opinion on it. Does she have an idea of, like, whenever they want to premiere it?
Who?
Sophie's documentary.
I don't know. I guess maybe when y'all talk on the phone.
Yeah, I could ask that.
Y'all could figure that out. You know, I mean, I know that, you know, you and I were like put to the ground saying we are not going to do it. But I think since the crazy side is doing it, I think we need to reinforce ourselves.
Well, I think that's good to have it, you know, have that side and then have y'all. So I think it would be good to have both sides instead of just one-sided.
Right. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which their side's probably to be totally different from our side. But, of course, they didn't experience everything we did.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. But at least if you do it, you get your say in it, too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't tell me to call them. I don't get emails. You know, I mean, last time they saw me was, you know, in October, the beginning of October in Springfield, in Greene County.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that was 2000.
and it's going on 2 years in October next month that they've seen you.
Right.
So, you know, you have a lot to back up.
Right.
You know, in the
And
story.
I'm gonna think about it because I still have to, you know, weigh out my options and really have these and see how I feel about it. And
Right.
I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Just think.
Yeah.
You know, well, you need to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I did go back to the caseworker, and he will mail out the letter on Monday for me. So that's going to be sent out.
While I have you on the phone, let me get to Ken. And, okay. Okay, tell me what to tell him.
Tell him that I put in for the special visit for both sessions, but it got denied because I had a previous special visit recently.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay.
But
put out a paper for a special visit, but it got denied because she had one already this month.
Mm-hmm.
But you
still get to spend 4 hours.
Still get to spend 4 hours with her. On what day he's going to see you?
The 15th.
But on the day you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I sent it.
Thank you. And then I'll probably try and call Robert tonight, but I want to make sure that it would be okay to call.
Yeah. I told Sophia I haven't talked to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder how Gypsy is. Have you spoken to her? I said no. And she was on it. She read it right immediately.
Listen, I don't know what to do about that situation. It's stressing me out because it's like she's so obsessed.
She's in love with you. I mean, that's why.
She's in love with her?
Yeah. The Sophia girl, yeah. That's the one that wanted to write a speech for 2020. Oh, Lord, let me go tell you what it said in the while I'm thinking about it, the group of how it was worded.
She put it in the group?
No, not that.
Oh.
My dad went to class for me today because I wasn't feeling well. Anyway, our next assignment in my speech class is to come up with 3 proposals of speeches that we can do, and I want one of them to be monk, like a monk. Munchausen by proxy.
Okay. Uh-huh.
It is okay if I share Gypsy's story. So she's asking permission if she can write about it. So when you talk to her, that's something y'all could discuss, or if you want, I could tell her.
I'll talk to her and tell her, and I'll talk to her about it and see what she wants to do and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember she had brought up to me that she was working on an assignment, but she's not that good at writing assignments or essays or whatever it's called, papers. And she knows that I'm good at like language arts and stuff, so she wanted some help
Right.
on writing the paper. So I think that's maybe what she was talking about.
She's gonna want your help on any way she can get it.
I know. See, like a part of me is happy that she got in touch with me, and then another part of me is like, shit.
Right. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because she, man, I don't know. I mean, if she tells you, "Oh, I love you," she's telling you, "I love you."
Right.
Love you. And when you tell her I love you, she's gonna think it's I love you.
Right. And it's not that
So,
way. Right.
just like I said, just say I know, like Daddy tells me sometimes. I know.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think about, because like whenever we talk on the phone, we don't talk about anything along those lines. We just had that one conversation where she had told me, and
Right.
that's it. And like I said, I had told her, I said, I'm not into girls, but you will always be close to my heart, and you'll always be a friend of mine. And that's, you know, and like
Right. But is she hearing that, or is she just hearing that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I mean, because apparently after she told you that, she wrote the song about you and put it in the group. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I mean, she hasn't put in the group, you know, oh, I have this big old crush, you know, I'm in love with Gypsy.
Well, if that ever happens, you have my permission to kick her out of the group.
Well, I'm going to remove it, and then I will take her out.
Right.
And I will explain to her why. Because you know, you're not in love with her.
No.
But
I'm not
she
even
doesn't she doesn't need to say that.
Right.
I mean, I know she's in love with you. Robert knows she's in love with you. You know she's in love with you. But I don't think she'd ever put it because her mom's in the group now.
Right. And she did tell me that, like, she didn't tell her mom about it because, you know, her mom would think it's weird or something. Now, I don't know if her mom knows that she's gay, but because she hasn't told me either way if she does or she doesn't. But she did say, like, I haven't told my mom because she may think that it's weird, you know, since we grew up pretty much, you know, close together and stuff. So I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I've had, you know, like, when she put, you know, can I write a speech, you know, I mean, somebody did private message me and say, okay, does this girl really know Gypsy? I think it was Francesca. Does this girl really know Gypsy? Like, yes. They really know each other, you know, from way back when you know, they lived in Slidell now. She was like, okay, because, like, a speech? I was like, I know, girl. So don't worry about that.
Yeah. Don't. And, like, I never even brought up anything about her being in 2020 or anything. I said to have an interview, because, of course, I told her that, but I didn't tell her, like, hey, write a speech or something.
No, she volunteered. She gladly volunteered that in the group. I can write a speech. And I was like, no, you don't.
Like, no, it's fine.
No. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if I was for help, which I know I never will, but that would be your call, not mine. But I know we're good. You know what I'm saying?
And besides, like, I was even thinking about that. I'm like, if she gets too obsessed and if she posts inappropriate things in the group, then...
Oh, yeah, she's going to be out.
You know, go ahead. You have my permission. Because, I mean...
Yeah.
The group
You
is
and I
for
are
support, not for like massive obsessive crushes.
right. You know, like what we had to tell her when
I mean,
you know,
shit, even Mama's not upset.
like for your birthday when I said, oh, they, you know, having cake, they doing their birthday, and everybody's saying happy birthday, Gypsy, and she got all ruffled in her feathers and started telling these people it's not her birthday. And why are you telling her happy birthday? It's not her birthday. And I was like, no, they're celebrating it tonight because there's a few birthdays.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I think
And,
she just takes things a little too personal and too serious sometimes.
Yeah, and I think in her mind she's still in that place that from way back when you know what I'm saying, from when y'all were young, and I mean you're not in that space. You know, that was a bad time. I mean, even though you had fun and stuff. You know,
oh my God, I didn't even tell you this, but oh my God, she had told me that, okay, so our physical therapist, occupational therapist, her name was Miss Joanne, I don't remember her last name. She came to Disney World with me and Mom on our very, very first Make-A-Wish trip to Disney. Anyway, long story short, Joanne had a hunch that I could walk. And she tells 7-year-old Sophia, Gypsy can walk. And Sophia just told me this, like, not too long ago. And I'm like, what? Huh?
You think that's really true?
Yeah, I think it's true. Because,
like, you think she would tell Sophia and not an adult? That's what I'm saying.
I know. That's, like, so strange because I'm like, you know, I mean, in my life, strange things happen, like with the doctors and everything. So I wouldn't put it past the things that could happen in my life. I just think it's like, why tell a 7-year-old? I get that she's your patient and, you know, you're telling your patient about, you know, your friend or whatever, or her friend. But it just seems like so weird. Like, why would you tell a 7-year-old that your friend could walk, you know, or whatever, but not tell anybody else?
That's a lot to put on a
or
kid.
Maybe she did and nobody believed her. I don't know. But Sophia was like, I didn't know what to do with that information, so I just kind of like blocked it out of my mind.
Right, because she's seeing you as somebody that couldn't walk.
Right.
You know, so maybe she thought the therapist was just full of shit.
Right.
You know, who knows? I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I'm like, another person knew but just didn't tell. Okay, just out of shock to another one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, even though you knew, you were scared of the repercussions. You know, I mean, what your mom would have done to you. You know,
right.
I mean,
and at that age, like I was probably, oh goodness, Sophia is 3 years younger than me. So I would have been 8, 9, 10. I would have been 10. So, you know, at that time, I was so in the dark, completely clueless.
Yeah, that was right before Katrina.
Right. So I'm like, you know, whenever.
Because the last time I saw you, you were 10. Before, you know, Katrina. You were 10. Me was 2. No, you were 12.
Yeah, I was 12. Yeah.
12. And Mia was 2. You know? And we didn't have no idea.
Right. So it's like, I was just kind of pondering on it because I remember, you know, Miss Joanne had, you know, came with us to Disney. And so, of course, I'm sure she probably maybe saw me move my legs maybe once or twice or something. You know, something had to have given her that thought. And like you said, you had watched footage of me whenever we lived in Aurora, Missouri, and it snowed, and I had jumped off the balcony. Clearly, I was using my legs, you know?
Right. You could see you know, I mean, you could tell you had muscle strength, and, you know, when you hit the ground, and then a little later, you know, you're moving your legs on your own, and then you grab your leg.
Right.
You know.
So it's like maybe it was something like that gave it away or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of do believe that maybe she had
subconscious, like, you know, like you didn't realize, you know.
Right.
That, you know, I mean, when you're excited and all of that stuff, you know, you ain't really thinking, oh, I got to make sure I don't move my leg.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you were young.
Right.
You know?
So it's just like, it's stuff like that that makes me think maybe she did see something that, you know, that gave her that impression. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, you never know. It could be true.
Maybe, sweetie. You know, like you said, you know, never know. We'd have to find that lady and, you know,
Yeah.
contact her and say, okay, did you really say this or not?
Right.
And if you did, and if you see something, you know, why you didn't, you know, come forward, you know.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm
Or
going
she
to
might
let
have,
you go.
you know,
So you
could have
could,
talked to your mom and your mom could have bamboozled with her too. She could have talked to your mom too, and
right.
you know, your mom could have said something, made up something.
Right.
Well, I know she was good at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can go visit with Sophie. And, but have a good visit. And, I'm
They left already. Fixing your dad something to eat.
Huh?
They left.
Are they left?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where they
I'm
went?
fixing that. They going back to New Orleans to copy some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they won't be back down here. Bobby's bringing her ride in the boat. I think it's today, this evening or this afternoon.
Uh-huh.
When? Monday? Tuesday. Tuesday he's bringing her ride in the boat.
Oh, okay.
And, so I think she'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
You know.
Fun.
I love her accent. Her accent's pretty cool. But let me see if that's Ken that responded. Ken. Okay, thanks for telling me 4 hours. It's still great. I'm happy either way. If you're talking to her right now, let her know she should get something at mail call today, hopefully.
Okay, good.
Everything went great with ABC yesterday. Okay, just told her. She's excited now.
Good.
So, yeah, you should get something at 4 o'clock, girl.
Yay. You know, like, oh my God, did I tell you that whenever he didn't know that I could receive cards? So whenever my birthday came around, he spent freaking $25 to send me a card overnight.
I know you told me that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
He's so cute, too.
Yeah,
I find him cute than Robert, but...
I mean, like, Ken is more attractive, but Robert, like, if you see him in person, he's tall and he's, like, big boned. But he's so cute, too, in his own way.
Yeah, he is.
Just like in a dorky sort of way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hear you, girl.
And you were right. Actually, Robert was getting a little bit of jealous of Ken, and I said, stop it. I said, stop it, because he's like, oh, so your other boyfriend's coming to visit you. And I said, stop it.
Other
We're just best friends.
You even have a boyfriend now. I mean, you heard that. Other boyfriend. He's already considering as the boyfriend and the girlfriend.
Hey, I mean, after...
I told you.
After
I told
the
you
kids,
before.
kind of. Yeah.
Well, Lord, don't let him know about Sebastian. Well, I know y'all
no.
not anything anymore, but...
No, when, like, me and Sebastian, like, I write him maybe a letter every 2 weeks or so. But, I mean, after we broke up, like, we just sort of started talking less and less.
Right.
So.
It's easier that way. You know, out of sight, out of mind.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, part of me, I guess, broke up with him because of Robert and Kim, just because I got to see maybe I want something different and I deserve better than someone that's in prison, and I mean that with no offense. But
right. Oh, girl, I hear exactly what you're saying.
You know, someone that's out there that can come visit me, that, you know, does put money on my books, that does write me, you know, I don't know.
Right, and that cares for you in a genuine way.
Right. And it's like, you know, the pen pal thing in prison, everybody has a pen pal boyfriend. It's just so typical.
Right.
But that doesn't make it genuine, you know. But when somebody asks about you and has seen the documentary, has seen the worst times in my life, and has seen me with no hair, no teeth, you know, everything, and actually cares about me at heart, you know, that's someone that I'd rather be talking to and spending my time with.
Yeah, I mean, he has your best interest, you know, at heart. So, you know, it's totally different from. You can't even compare the two.
Right.
From either Ken or Robert or, you know, and Sebastian. You can't compare Ken and Robert to Sebastian. Because, you know, they've seen the documentary. They've heard every negative thing that people have said about you and has defended you.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they get freaking heated whenever like talking, if they hear somebody talking bad about me or something, they get pissed off.
Yeah, Ken does more than Robert, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, don't talk about her like that.
Yeah. Right.
But
you know,
anyway,
I mean, they both protect you and have it back.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. And like,
so they kind of in that situation.
Huh?
They kind of even in that situation.
Right.
You know. I mean, I thought it was real sweet that Kim's mom, you know, reached out and, you know, and I'm like, it's all true. He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just, you know, reassuring, you know.
Well, it like gives me pause, and you don't have to bring this up to Robert because it's just kind of between me and him. But you know, I tell you everything. But his mom is against us talking to each other. So whenever he came to visit me, he said he was in Georgia, just to avoid conflict with him and his mom. And I said,
I could totally get it because his mom kind of did the same shit, kind of pretty much.
Yeah, like we have similar experiences, and he was talking about his childhood, and oh my God, I had to hold back tears because it just hit so close to home. And so I mean, we have like his mom is not nearly as bad as mine, obviously, but I mean, I understand where he came and grew up from a parentage that didn't show him a lot of love and affection and care. And I guess his mom is pretty overprotective. And so, you know, she's seen the documentary along with him. And
that must be why he didn't want you to call when he was sitting with her in the hospital, too.
Probably. And, you know, because I talked to him and I was like, you said your mom thought you were in Georgia? Like, why? And, you know, he told me the truth. And I'm like, I understand because I have some friends and family members that have to do that too. Just not to ruffle stuff. And he said, you know, by any means, don't think that I'm like ashamed of you or anything, because I'm not. That's not the case. It's just,
he just don't hear.
Right. And I'm like,
that's just like with, you know, that's like with Sophia, you know, and Clark's family, you know.
Right.
She just don't want to hear it, so she's going to tell them differently, you know.
Right. And I'm not going to say that I'm like, I just say I'm comfortable with him fibbing to his mom because I'm not. But
Right.
I will say that I understand it. And so
Right. Well,
that's where we are with that.
what if one day you get out and you know she wants more?
I know.
So how's she gonna deal with that?
Right. Well, I asked him that, and I said, what do you think your mom's going to think if we start dating? And he said, well, she's just going to have to deal with it. Like, I'm old enough to make my own decisions, and so are you. And,
Yeah.
if mom doesn't like that, then that's just something that she has to deal with,
How old is he?
He's 33.
33.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew he was old, but that's not that old.
No. It's only, 7, 8 years older than me?
Yeah, that ain't that.
Yeah. So. But, I mean, whenever we had our visit, whenever I had brought it up to him about maybe us going to Coffee du Monde or something and get coffee or something, and I'm like, damn, that happened really fast. Like, how did I go from writing that info letter to us freaking French kissing in the visiting room? Like, what the?
I know. I wonder. I don't think he got even sick.
No, he didn't. He was afraid that he got me sick, and I'm like, no, I was afraid I got you sick because I was already sick.
Right.
So no, I think.
I thought he was gonna get sick for sure.
All right.
But
and whenever he had kissed me, it was like a little peck. And I don't know what had happened. Like, I don't know if I was just like a horn dog that day or what. But yeah, that's the show.
So they let y'all kiss while you're out in the visiting room?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I had looked to make sure that there was nobody watching, and I went for it.
They got cameras there.
I know.
But they didn't tell you nothing. They like you anyway, so.
They didn't tell me nothing, no. And the only thing that was kind of funny was at the end of the visit, Miss Jackson, the white shirt, we were hugging, and she was like, Miss Blanchard, it's only supposed to be a brief hug. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, girl, if you would only know.
I think they knew and just let it fly. I'm sure they were excited for you too.
All right. Yeah. Because I'm like, and I explained to him, I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know what had got into me that day, but I was like, I'm sorry if I was like inappropriate or whatever, because that kind of I just went for it, and it kind of took me by surprise, and I don't know if I was just really comfortable with him, or what it was, or if it was like the chemistry that's between us or something. But yeah, I was like, that was fast. I'm sorry. I was like, it's okay.
Right.
It's fine. But I know him. Whatever makes me happy is gonna make him happy. So it's like, even if it was a little fast, as long as it made me happy, he's fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he's happy, that's all we want.
You're right. Yeah. And I told I said, what? No, that's my mom. But no, I told him, I said, how many times would you like to come and visit? Huh? Okay. When my friend said, you have another friend. But I asked him, I said, how many times would you like to come and visit? And he said, a couple times a year. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So probably maybe 4 times a year or something,
Yeah, because Joseph asked me yesterday, he's like, when y'all plan on going to see her again? I'm like, that's a good question.
I think we were thinking about April, right? Maybe?
No, that was We went to you in June.
No, y'all came in.
Saw you in March.
Yeah, March
But
and July 7th.
Oh, July. Why? I
Yeah.
thought it was June.
No, it was July because it was close to my birthday.
Right.
Mhm.
True.
Mhm.
I knew it was close to you or Mia's birthday.
Mhm. Yeah, we
I mean,
had the
y'all
background with the fireworks.
Right.
Mhm.
But you could hardly see it because there's so many of us in the damn picture.
No, I
Well,
love that picture. I love that picture.
I know, me too. Everybody loves it. People from 2020 loved it.
Mhm.
Sophie loved it.
Mhm.
I also told both of them, like, try not to put the same pictures, that was in the documentary.
Mhm.
Here's her updated picture. The ones of her that she sent me, since she's been in Chillicothe.
Mhm.
Put those in there. That's how she looks now.
Right.
I mean,
of
course you gotta put the mugshot picture, but at least they could, if they go film you, they're gonna see how you look now and what a transformation.
Right. Yeah.
Because the guy named Dylan that was here, oh God, he's adorable. He's from New Orleans. I was here a while ago with Sophie. He was like amazed at the pictures. He was like, oh my God, look how beautiful. You would have never thought that this would have been her.
That's someone that's working on the documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He lives in New Orleans, but he does work, affiliated with, just like the two guys yesterday that filmed and all. They were from New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
They, 2020 uses people from their network that are in different states, to come, and they loved it. They were like, man, Scott was like, man, tell my son, we could live down here, But they live like one's in, Scott lives in Slidell, and the other one was
Slidell.
Yeah, it's from Slidell. I said, just go again.
Yeah. Yeah. Live in the housing projects next to the animal shelter.
Right. They had a blast on the boat, because they do all that stuff, I mean, like Sophie's none of them have never ridden in a mud boat until they came here, and did the documentary, I mean, they brought jazz, and they had a frozen duck. I still had the feathers on in the freezer, so they thawed it out. And Dad shoots the gun like he's hunting, and they throw the duck in the water, and they make Jazz go retrieve the freaking
Oh my
duck. Yeah.
Such as Louisiana as you can get.
Yeah, and then right when they get into the water, like not even a few minutes out, two of Dylan's friends were fishing and caught a big old ass fish.
Oh, cool.
And so your daddy played like he was reeling in a big fish. And the fish was already like frozen kind of in the ice chest, and he's like, yeah, like I just caught this.
Oh, that's freaking funny.
I know.
Behind the scenes information.
Like,
don't give away movie magic.
Yeah, I was like, are you shitting me? He's like, I don't know who's going to believe that I just pulled that freaking fish out of the water. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, will they use that? I don't know, but I mean,
who knows? They might.
It's funny. Yeah. I mean, they might not even use the footage that I said that Claudia and Darla don't talk to you. They might cut that. I don't know, but I don't care.
All right. Well, at least y'all got to be, yourselves and show what I'm coming home to, showing, the loving side of the family that I'm coming home to. I'm not coming home to the countryside. I'm coming home to y'all.
And people are like, oh, y'all not, yesterday morning, before they got here, you're not nervous? I'm like, no. Why would I be nervous? There's nothing to be nervous about because there's nothing to lie about.
Right.
Everything's the truth. When you don't lie, there's nothing to be worried about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
I will let Sophie know. I will let her know. And I told Dylan too. Before they left, right before you called, I was telling him about Claudia and Darla.
Mm-hmm.
So if they could tell y'all that they send her money and all, they fucking lying.
Right. They tell me, or they don't even tell me. They text messages to Tiffany that I should burn in hell and stuff. So.
Right.
Oh, and I keeping Mom's ashes from me. That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. When you get out, we're gonna. That's when we're gonna deal with that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's something we could do now. But I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. For me, I think Aunt Claudia was the only one that would take the ashes, and I'll try to.
She would take. She took them. She I don't know if it was the box that she came in, but I mean, she put a picture of your mom on the box.
Right, and I remember her saying she'd take it places.
She'd take her down.
Right.
And pray on her every night or every day.
Right.
And I know Darla's not doing that.
No, I don't even know why Darla would want the ashes to begin with. Because I feel like she can't decide who she don't like. She don't like me. She don't like Mom.
Control.
I don't know. It could be.
I think it's just a form of control. Like she has something you want.
Right.
And you're not getting it because she knows if it's in Claudia's hands. When you get out, you tell Claudia, hey, I want to go bury her, with Emma, that Claudia's going to agree to that, and Darla's going to be like, no. But if you're going to have to go over there with the cops and get it, then that's what we're going to do.
Right. And it's rightfully mine because I'm the next of kin. So it's...
You're her only heir.
Right. So, I mean,
even though you matter. Right. And even though you're in on it, it doesn't matter.
Right. But by that time, it's all over. I did my time. Right. It's over.
I totally agree, baby. I mean, I won't be there for the funeral unless you want me to be. But I feel like a hypocrite. No. But I would be there for you if you needed me to. I just want you to know that.
I know you would.
I mean, I love you enough.
I know you do.
Oh, and Raven from Big Brother got kicked out last night.
Oh, yeah, I had watched the beginning, and I got to at least see who she was, because I had watched the punch slap episode kick thing.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
And she has a pacemaker in her stomach.
Huh?
She has a pacemaker in her stomach.
Oh my God! And they did that?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, it didn't look like any hard hits.
Right.
But them slaps didn't look too comfortable.
No. After you do it like so many times or something, yeah. But then I forgot what had happened. It was something that distracted me, and I went downstairs. So I couldn't get to see the ending of it. So she got kicked off, huh?
Yeah, she got voted out last night. It was a double eviction.
Ooh.
Last night.
I've never seen The Big Brother before, and so this was like my first time ever watching it.
Oh, God. Girl, I'm religious on that. That and Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it religiously.
I love Survivor. I've been watching for a while.
This winter, they're doing a Big Brother, but with celebrities.
Oh.
they're not telling us who the celebrities are. She made that announcement last night.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to watch that. I know my favorite show,
So
is coming back in October. I'm going to be watching that.
And when you come home, you could binge watch all the seasons.
Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, girl, me and you in the bed watching TV.
Yeah. Well,
on Netflix.
I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to get this whole Netflix thing, because I remember when Netflix used to be, you could order rent a DVD and
you could still do that.
You could still do that.
You could still rent Netflix movies, but we have Netflix, and it's only like $10 a month.
Okay. Cool.
So it's like it's kind of cool, like when the electricity, or the bad weather and we lose signal for the direct TV. Mm-hmm. Okay, Netflix or something on the DVR.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I started watching American Horror Story. I had watched.
Oh, I can't watch that.
I watched last season, and I mean it was so cheesy that it's like you get hooked. And this season.
The one something Queens or something. It was like a murder series. Teen Queens.
I don't know.
I don't know, but Megan Pack was in one of the episodes, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you get to talk to her yet?
No, not yet. I don't even have her number.
Well, next time you call me, get a pen and paper,
okay,
and I'll give her her number. I told her to email you if she wanted to, but people are having a hard time finding it. Like,
right. Well, I did get an email from Miss Patty.
Who?
Patty.
Oh, Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked for. Yeah, she posted that last week that she was trying to send you an email, and Francesca told her what she had to do.
Yeah.
Because she was looking. They were looking for something else. I sure will, girl. She went to the dentist yesterday, and she made a lot of fees on Facebook. And like her mouth was all numb, and she's like, "I'm so numb. I can't hardly talk." And I was so funny. But Francesca called her, or they're going to talk, because Mike doesn't want to have anything to do with, he's on his job.
Right.
But I told her, I said, well, I said, you could talk to Patty. Patty was there.
Mm-hmm.
So Patty was more than happy, to talk to her.
Good.
So they set up a time or something, to talk, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get where Mike's coming from, because,
well, he's got, they promoted him.
Oh, cool. So what?
So he's still going to be based where he is, but he's going to go to a lot of different cities and towns, I guess, maybe in the Missouri area too, and work on cases.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
well,
yeah. I was like, congrats.
Yeah. I mean, I totally give him props, for working so hard on my case and everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always thank him for that. I still to this day, thank him. I mean, we still stay in constant touch. I mean, Wednesday was his birthday, and I felt so bad that I didn't send him a happy birthday on Facebook. But then when yesterday I noticed, his birthday was on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, shit. I told him, I said, oh, shit. I didn't tell you happy birthday, so here's happy birthday.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, happy late birthday. I'm a day late, but happy birthday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but this week was a busy week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now somebody's birthday's coming up next month.
Yeah. Like today was the first day. Like, I mean, I put my makeup on. I curled my hair, kind of like how it was on Good Morning America.
Yeah, I liked it.
I did it myself.
It was good.
I, did my makeup and all. And Jackie, which was one of the supporters from day one, her name is Jackie Stover. Okay, listen to this fucking shit. She, I put on Facebook, we're getting ready to do 2020.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
For nobody, for nobody not to come, to the house or anything. Well, yesterday she asked, I deleted it, but I remember what it was. She said, what is this for? Is it, why are they still wanting to do articles? And I said, because they want to, we don't go out seeking for it, we don't, you know that, we don't. So she puts this in the hate group, a screenshot, just this part. She said, let me tell you about Kristy. She does not give a crap about Gypsy. What? If she did, Gypsy would have been with her and Rod when she was little.
Oh, my God.
Kristy Stern Blanchard, because she tagged me, keeps doing interviews to get money. There's no trust fund to set up for Gypsy from these interviews. Her and her daughter Mia need new clothes and their nails done. It's time really people know Kristy. Keep posting selfies, Kristy. So I put, no money was given. I told you it was for awareness, but whatever, Jackie. You think what you want. I said, we don't go buy new clothes for interviews. I wear what I have, and I do my hair and makeup.
Right.
But then she replies, and I don't have this, but I remember what it says.
That's just their answer is.
And she said, I don't have it, but this is what I remember. She said, she says, you're a liar. She said, so you just telling me for Good Morning America that Rod's the only one that sat in the chair or whatever? I said, I never lie. I never denied me not getting it done there.
Right.
I said, but.
I'm like, what's this to you anyway?
Right. So I didn't, after that, I didn't, nobody was even entertaining it. So last night after we hung up, I look and I should have screenshot it because Belinda or somebody took it down. And people from the support group are still in there. Girl, they were all over her ass.
I'm sure.
I mean, especially Rita. You leave Gypsy and Kristy out of this. I think of them as family. You leave our Gypsy alone and all of this stuff, And I was like, yo, it's not even worth it.
No.
It's not worth it. And somebody tagged another bitch in there that does, that's a hater. And I put a picture, and it's an animated picture, and I found that I looked up shit star, and it was a stick man with a stick and swirling the shit. And I put that in there. That's what Jackie was. She was being a shit star. So Dawn, this morning, sent me a message. She's like, what the hell is going on? She's like, my messenger has been blowing up with things about you and Jackie. So I had that screenshot, so I sent her that. And I said, your friend, I said, attacked me. I said, she asked, on my page why we were doing 2020, and I said for awareness, you know, and I said, why don't you ask your friend, because I deleted her off my page. I said,
Like this is Leah's friend?
why she attacked me. I don't know her personally, you know, just like I don't know Jana personally, you know, and I mean, of course I met Rita, I mean, because she came to court, you know, and everything, and I met Billy, but like me, Billy, and Dawn and Jackie were all in like a group message since like the first week or the second week when all this went down, you know, so she knows I love you to death. She knows all that, but she's so pissed off that I guess people are still wanting to know the story. And, you know, like I told Dawn, I said, you know, I said, at the end of the day, I said, this is all up to Gypsy.
Right. And
I said, if Gypsy says no, I said, we don't do it.
I mean, I think that she should also have known that there's, you know, we're trying to spread awareness about the petition. So we're going to be mentioning that on 2020. So
right. Yeah.
Talk about, you know, how, you know, y'all don't love me or whatever, some shit like that. You know, hello, we're trying to get awareness about the petition to get me out of this shithole.
Right.
You know?
Right, to bring me home.
Right.
You know, and, you know, she has a special needs child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I mean, she's like, you know, like, mentally, though. Not physically. I mean, she's kind of a little bit of both, and she doesn't look like she's really bad, you know, like a very challenged child. You know, I mean, there's a video on Jackie's page of, you know, them singing her happy birthday, and she looks like she's like in her early 20s or something, and they were like, hey, we got to cut the cake. And she's like, no, I don't want, she don't want nobody to touch the cake. And they were like, well, why you don't want to touch the cake? And she pointed, and you can't see in the video, but she's pointing to her gift. And she's like, oh, what that? And, you know, she's sounding like, I guess, kind of like Sophia, kind of, you know. You know, you could understand her, though, like Sophia. But she's, you know, her words are just different than ours. And Jackie tells her, well, you can't open your gifts until we cut the cake. So they give her a butter knife, and you could tell, you know, I guess she would have cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The way it looks like how she was holding the butter knife and trying to cut the cake, you know. And so I don't know if she's mad because, you know, she just had a shitty day, you know, or what.
Yeah,
but
that's no reason to take it out on you.
Right.
Or,
but in my heart, I already forgave her, you know, and I'm not going to really talk shit. I'm not going to talk shit about her.
Right.
You know, I just told everybody, y'all leave it be. It's not worth it. You know, just shut it down. Right. You know, and one of my friends that I don't know that used to be a hater, but, you know, has flipped to us almost a year now, was like, that fucking bitch. And I'm like, just leave it alone, Jen. Just don't even entertain it. Right. You know, because after I saw, like, people from our group saying, you know, telling her shit, I was like, I put the shit stirrer thing, and I was like, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Now, when I woke up this morning, I got that message from Dawn, and I went to look for it again to see if I, you know, see if more people put something. It's gone.
Okay, good.
It's gone.
Good.
So somebody, you know, either Belinda deleted it or Jackie deleted it.
Oh, good.
Because I can't delete my shit. I could delete it in the group because I'm in charge of the group.
Right.
I could delete anybody's name. But no, the only people that could delete their stuff in that group is if you put it yourself or one of the admins took it down.
Right. Okay.
Ken just sent me thanks because from the responses, okay, just told her she's excited now. So, but anyway, I squashed that as much as I could, and I didn't entertain it. You know, I mean, I don't care if she talks about it till the cows freaking come home, you know, because it surely is not, you know, it's not putting the heat on me, that's for sure, and it's, you know, it's putting it on her, which I don't think she realized when she did it, that, you know, her ass was going to get grilled, because she thought, I guess, okay, I'm going to post this in the hate group, and everybody's going to start judging Kristy. Never fucking happened. People are like, leave her alone.
Right. That's
you know, I mean, so what? Like somebody put, so what? They got to sit in their house and cry, you know, because their daughter's in jail and feel like they don't have a life. You know?
That's how people view me. We're not just the judgmental people. They're like, you know, oh, you're trying to make yourself a better person. Oh, shame on you. You should be, you know, sitting down crying and feeling sorry for yourself, basically. And
you've done that.
You know,
over that. You went through that already.
Right. It's like I can't. How am I supposed to heal if I don't try to better myself?
Right.
You know, get my education, do something with my life, think positively. You know.
And baby girl, like I tell all these people that we do the interviews with, you know, from day one until now, I said Gypsy is a totally different person. You know, first she was scared, you know, and we took our time to get to know each other. I never forced things for her to tell me, you know. I said, that all came in time. I said she may be 4'11", but she walks like she's freaking 6 feet tall. That's because of her confidence. And they were like, that's so awesome. You know? I mean, because it is awesome.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And I so admire you for that.
Well, it's
you know, I mean,
it's like,
yeah.
If I would have, looking back on myself back then, I'm like, you know, I hardly even recognize that girl anymore because she was so different.
I don't.
And
right.
So shy and, you know, not outspoken whatsoever. And, like, Robert pointed something out to me that I did not even realize. He told me that whenever he watched the documentary, obviously I must have said something in my interview about whenever I would get in trouble with Mom, and I'd always say, you know, Mom would say, you know, be a good girl. And I always say, I'm going to be a good girl. I'll do better next time.
Right.
And I guess on our visit that we had, and when I was getting ready to leave for prison, that last visit, and I think you said something like, you know, or Dad said something like, be a good girl, be an example. And
right, make your choices. Yeah, we both said that, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, I'll be a good girl. And Robert had pointed that out to me, and I'm like, you know, even though I was being honest, I think maybe a small part of me was still in that mindset.
Yeah, well, of course. You were that way for so long.
Right.
Now, if we probably tell you be a girl, I'm going to try.
Yeah,
you know?
No problem.
All I can do is try. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I just, and I'm not saying this to be like full of myself or whatever, but I think if you wouldn't have the support system that you have, you might not be where you are today.
That's true. That's very, very true.
You know, because, you know, I don't lie to you. I don't hide nothing from you. I mean, when I tried to hide something from you, you fussed me.
Yeah, and I knew it. It was like I knew something wasn't right, you know?
Right. You know, and when I was telling that to Dylan, the guy, you know, I was like, I don't lie to her. I said, I tried not to tell her something one time, and she was like, don't you hide nothing from me ever.
Right.
And I said, I made that promise to her. I said, she's an adult. She was, hidden from the truth for all her, childhood and young adult life. I'm not going to start hiding shit from her.
Right.
I said, she pressed me. I said, it wasn't nothing to do with her. And I didn't tell him why. Like, oh, God was, wanting to leave or whatever, I didn't tell him that. But I said, she knew. I said, we talk on the phone to know the minute I say hello, and it's not a cheery hello, she knows something's up.
Right.
I said, just like when she'll call and she'll say, hey, I know what's going on, And then we just learn each other.
Well, my name is Victoria. I gotta go to work.
Okay, baby. I know we've been on the phone. I'm gonna tell you an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm gonna give you a call.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, or around that.
Tuesday morning around between 9:30, I guess.
Okay. So that's whenever Sophie wants to talk to me, right? Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's probably gonna be easy question.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll want to go see you. I love her accent. I can listen to her talk all day.
I know.
But, okay,
British accent. Cool.
I know. Okay, well, have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. And I love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
The caller